Ladies and gentlemen, RP Tube Vision would like to welcome you to Boomer Fanboy Nonsense. How I would do a EW Full Gear.
Hello, ma'ams and sirs. This is Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Doing something a little different. Instead of a preview show, I guess you can call it a preview, but not really a prediction show or anything like that. Just having a little fun. I want to talk about what maybe I would do if I was in creative or whatnot, or booking, whatever you want to call it. But this week it's going to be, and I call it, Boomer Fanboy Nonsense. And that's basically what's going to be, a bunch of nonsense. But that's what makes it fun, because it's nonsense. Especially when it comes for somebody like me. Anyway, we're going to focus on tonight's pay-per-view, AEW Full Gear. And they're going to start off with some pre-show matches. The Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, with Rocky Romero and Dan Housen, going against a Factory, QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Lee Johnson, Nick Comoroto, and Cole Carter. I just will let Orange Cassidy and Dan Housen, do their shenanigans. Keep the high flying stuff probably at a minimum, because you're going to get a lot of that later on in the show. Just put a smile on everybody's face. Let the Best Friends win that one. For the number one contender tournament, you'll have Brian Cage against Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is having a little bit of a run here, beating the bigger guys. It's not going to stop here. I would put him over on Brian Cage, but eventually I'll put Ethan Page over in the tournament. Have him get the first crack at who the champion is later. And I'm going to butcher this name, John Akiyama, going against Eddie Kingston. I would just let them beat the hell out of each other and have Kingston go over. Now we have the pay-per-view start now, and it's going to be for the TNT Championship. The Ring of Honor World Champion, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs will challenge for Wardlow's TNT Championship. And yes, if I was actually the booker or creative or, kind of in charge here, Samoa Joe probably want to kick my ass. Because first thing I would have to tell him is that, hey, I need you to be the captain of this match. And as the captain, he's going to help put together a match where it will make Wardlow look strong, but also make Powerhouse Hobbs look like a future contender. I just think Hobbs is the odd man out on this one. I think I'll keep Wardlow and Samoa Joe in the program. The more focus on them. But in the end, I'll let all three of these horses just trade strikes with each other. Have Joe get a good one on Wardlow. Then have Hobbs come back and trying to nail Samoa Joe, but he'll block it. Let Samoa Joe get a good one in. We'll call Powerhouse Hobbs to stagger to the ropes. Joe will close on him out of there. And Samoa Joe will turn around and tackle Wardlow. They'll end up out of the ring. Joe would slam Wardlow's head against the apron. Probably give him a forearm shot. Something to kind of put him down. Have Samoa Joe enter back in the ring. Look over at Wardlow, but Powerhouse Hobbs will sneak up on him. And I do believe his finisher is called the Uh, what do they call his? I got it written down here. The town business. Have House nail the town business on Samoa Joe. Of course, him being kind of a rookie, he'll want to pose and look at the crowd and prematurely celebrate. But that will allow Warlow to come in. He'll charge. Hobbs will want to, attempt a backdrop, but Warlow would turn that into a sunset flip, into a power, have him keep going over into a power bomb. Just fold him over. One power bomb, 1, 2, 3. Warlow, I'll just keep Warlow as your TNT champion. And I would just keep Warlow and Samoa Joe together. Of course, I would politic like hell to have Ring of Honor have their own show. So I think I'll try to have this match go one or two ways or multiple ways. Keep Samoa Joe from getting pinned, of course, but have that opportunity where they can, he can still work with Warlow, or if I can get, Ring of Honor their own show, I can have Samoa Joe on that show, and put a program with Powerhouse Hobbs and Warlow, and let them work together and beat the hell out of each other. Because I'm pretty sure those big guys, that's probably what they're going to wind up doing. That will bring us to Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal against Sting and Darby Allin. I'll let them start out doing the filling out process. Let Sting and Jeff Jarrett, the older guys, get their "you still got" moment. Let also have Jeff Jarrett kind of go to the crowd. They do that, and say, "No shit, I still got it," or some smart ass comment. Jeff Jarrett would say something, basically, not acknowledge the fans. Kind of say, "Hey, look, boo me. I'll give you a reason to. You're idiots." Um, but during the course of the match, I'll have Darby Allin play Ricky Morton because he, in my opinion, just the best seller in the company. About the only one that does, and especially guy his size. He's gonna be the small fry in this match. Um, so a lot of the heat on him. Some old school stuff. Ref missing the heel or babyface getting a tag. The heels will cheat. But in the end, Darby Allin I'll have him make the hot tag to Sting. Sting will clean house. Stinger splashes for all. Scorpion death drop to Jarrett. Tags back in out. Darby Allin. Let him hit the coffin drop on Jeff Jarrett. Let him keep let him pin Jeff Jarrett as Sting holds him off. I would definitely just put Sting and Darby Allin over on that one. Next match I would probably have it. You can put these next two matches. You can probably flip them around if you wanted to, but I definitely want this match to go around this time, or at least the next match for a particular reason. Basically, for the AEW Women's Championship would be, Tony Storm against Jamie Hayter. First off, I will just have them announce, look, Tony Storm is your women's champion. There's no drop the interim BS. I just feel it kind of discredits what she's doing. There's no reason to put interim in it. Fine, you want to be different. You want to be trying. I think like I said, I think UFC does it. I'm not sure, but come on, this is pro wrestling. This is not UFC. Let's just say, hey, she's the champion. And of course, say, hey, Thunder Rosa, if she comes back, or when she comes back, and when she's ready, she'll get the first shot. But for right now, Tony Storm is your champion. If somebody beats her, they'll be the champion. Yada yada yada. And of course, happy with this news, Tony Storm will go into this match, display why she is a champion. I'd have Hater get a little bit of heat, but not just enough to almost make her, uh, probably a future contender, but not right now. Storm will, come back kind of easily and uh, probably just have her win with a Texas Cloverleaf, and that'll be the end of that one. But yeah, main thing is drop the whole interim part. And of course, like I said, you could have easily flip flopped these two matches, but uh, Jade Cargill against Nyla Rose. Probably gonna have to do a lot of shenanigans with the with the outside people to kind of um, make it a little more exciting. Hide some things because I, don't think these two have been wrestling that long. Um, I probably do need to do a little better history on these two, but these two powerhouse women, let them have a power match. A little 50-50 here, but in the end, I'll let Jade hit her, Jade the finisher, and um, clean win. Um, maybe some shenanigans later to say, hey, you got the lucky hit on me, and I'm still going to, I still want the title. Um, but let her keep, hopefully she ain't got, I'm not going to have her hold both belts. It's, one's one, the one she has is a real one. And yeah, just keep that little her winning streak alive right now. Don't feel Nyla Rose should be the one right now to beat her. I'll have to do a little more focus on that one, I guess. But yeah, for right now, I'll just have Jade win that one. And like I said, I would want Ring of Honor have their own show where it would be Rampage or um, Dark. I mean, I don't think Chris Jericho will want to work a YouTube show, but I'm pretty sure that Friday nights won't be too bad. And you can let them have little house shows, put them in little smaller places to themselves. You don't have to do the tapings, and have the people there all night long. But anyway, uh, speaking of world, Ring of Honor World Champion, this will bring us to that match. Chris Jericho against Bryan Danielson versus Claudio Castagnoli versus Sammy Guevara. Um, this will definitely wake the crowd up or wake the crowd back up. Um, let the heels do heel stuff. Jericho and Guevara will step out of the ring and tell Claudio and Bryan to start it off, and of course they'll shake hands, do the code of honor thing, and uh, just put on let Bryan and Claudio just put on the clinic. Um, a little small clinic anyway. Uh, counter move for counter move, yada yada yada. Let them get the ovation from the crowd, and let them do a little face off, then turn around and tab back in Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Say, look, guys, you go at it. You two go at it. You know, um, and let them do goofy. And it's Jericho. He knows what to do. They can make a farce out of it or mockery. Uh, trade, hammer locks or something like that. Do a crisscross and have Sammy lay down and Jericho cover him. But, Bryan and Claudio come in, break that up real quickly. This will set up, let them, basically have all men in the ring at the same time. I probably have during the course of the match, Claudio accidentally hit Brian Danielson in the injured eye. Um, and of course, the heels will take advantage of that. Um, the finish will have Claudio and Sammy take each other out, and you know have Brian Danielson be this close to maybe winning, but he's still kind of dazed, holding the eye. Have him charge Chris Jericho, only to be met with a Judas effect. Uh, let Chris Jericho retain. Uh, then after this match, have Danielson just go after Chris Jericho and eventually win. Let I'll let Brian Danielson eventually win later on down the road. Um, beat Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor title. It'll be a good, you know, feel good story, especially if we do, or if they would get Ring of Honor their own show. Uh, and that could be the first episode. Brian Danielson beating Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship. But that's how we'll do that one. This one's going to have me a little winded here, so bear with me. Um, and this is the Britt Baker DMD against Sierra Page. I'll let Sierra get her moves set in, uh, which will pop the fans. But let's tell a good story here. Hey, it's been 4 years since her last match. She's going to have a little ring rust. Of course, when Britt Baker gets her shine in, she's going to work on the head, work on the neck area. And probably in the finish, I'll have Baker, because they had this, or at least she has displayed of being able to be in that ring and kind of do reversals and stuff like that really good. I'll let her let her reverse the rampage into the lockjaw, and just had a referee stop it because Sierra couldn't uh, continue, couldn't um, protect herself anymore, and she ain't gonna give up. She's the babyface. Babyfaces don't give up. Um, however, though, as Sierra's trying to get up, I'll have Britt Baker attack her again. Give her a strike move uh, from behind. Have Paige uh, knocked out of the ring. Uh, Baker would go outside, attack her, and as safest way as possible, major heat here. Uh, I'll have Britt Baker DMD, and the announcers really got to sell this too. Britt Baker, I'll have her hit the tombstone pile driver on Sarah on the floor. Of course, they're Excalibur should be really really selling it. Say, hey, this, there's nowhere for her head to go. Her head got to go straight down. Of course, I think Tombstone's probably the safer pile driver, or safer version of the pile driver, because you want to keep this safe. And of course, in the meeting, say, hey, are you going to be safe with this? This is what we want to do. But anyway, I'll have Britt Baker pull the mats up and expose the concrete floor. If one of my announcers calls the floor the cement floor, I will fire them. It is concrete. Anyway, yes, if they don't call the floor concrete floor and call it cement floor, I will fire them on the spot. Done. You're supposed to be smarter than this. It's concrete, not cement. Anyway, expose the concrete floor. Britt Baker will hit the tombstone again, and as she's going to pick up uh, Sarah for a third one, that's when I have Tony Storm uh, rush out, uh, hair wet, and it looked like she just threw something on because she had a match. She just seen what was going on. So no music, no nothing, no makeup on, just wet hair, some clothes. Let's be decent here. Like jeans, shoes, t-shirt, run down, pick up a chair, chase Britt Baker off, and there's my phone going off. I should have shut it off. Anyway, um, chase Britt Baker away. Um, as she's walking up, as Britt Baker's walking back up the ramp, they'll announce, "Hey, referees reverse their decision. Sierra wins by disqualification," and just have the camera there, you know, to hear Britt Baker say, "Hey, I don't care. I just want to get rid of that bitch." You know, she wanted to come here and say, "This is her house. This is my house." Something like that. She'll know what to say. Um, but this will allow Sierra to kind of this will be her first match back. There will be some ring rust. Let her go Nightmare Factory or somewhere to kind of work off the rest of ring rust. Um, maybe work get some more moves in her weapon 2 or 3 months. And of course, in this 2 or 3 months, you'll have like weekly little updates. Live from her house or live from this location. She'll be with the net brace and telling fans, "Oh, I miss you," and blah blah blah. Hopefully I'll have news soon. 2 or 3 months. Keep her visible, not just totally hide her away. Then, like I said, after 2 or 3 months, she appears back on TV with the net brace on, address the crowd, have Britt Baker and her entourage come out, and uh, when they're about to attack her, have two of the bay faces, pulled, who is a rebel and Jamie Hayter, pull them out of the ring, dispose of them, and as Britt Baker's got like looking down the floor and see what's going on, have you know Sierra just look up, take the net brace off, and kind of crack her neck or move her head sort of way, and just kind of show the fans that, hey, you know I'm 100%, I'm fine. Then when Britt Baker turns around, throw the neck brace at her, flip her off, and oops, so the camera didn't see that. Hopefully I can still get, hopefully they don't shut me off. Anyway, just do that, then get a couple licks in, and basically just set up for uh, another match between the two. Basically, just have them two have a program because Britt Baker is probably pound to pound the best female worker there. I don't think there's going to be too many arguments there. Um, and I really don't want another WWE person to come in and just go over on them. This, hey, let's build a program here. And I think Britt Baker is the perfect one, and let's let them go at it for a while. Uh, 3 or 4 matches here and there. If it, they always separate and put them back together. But I'm starting to digress now. Let's keep this thing moving on now. And of course, as they're stretching uh, Sarah off, they'll put the cage up for Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Hey, I need me a monster, and Luchasaurus checks all the qualifications and then some. Um, yeah, I have Jungle Boy have a valid effort, but in the end, I'm just going to have Luchasaurus have about 85% of this match and have Luchasaurus go over on this one. This will be basically a no-brainer here. So next match I'll probably want to have will be the AEW World Tag Team Title match with the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. This should be really a no-brainer at this point now. In the 80s, you had Hogan must pose. Well, now it's 2022, and the Acclaimed must scissor. And plus, we need, get all those frowns turned upside down, put some smiles on those faces again. I'll have the finish breakdown as Swerve will have Bowens down, um, and Lee would reach for the tag, but Strickland will say, "No, I got it," because basically have his ego kind of getting away there, and as they're kind of the Swerve and All Glory's kind of you know hashing it out, and uh, have Bowens make a blind tag and play a little possum. Then once Swerve turns around, picks up Bowens, he will nail him with a rival. Caster will deliver the mic drop. Uh, McLean win. They scissor. Keith Lee just throws his hands up, walks off without Swerve. Telly's pissed, and they're supposed to be handling business, get their belts back, but Swerve and his ego kind of cost them that. But hey, crowd's happy again. Everybody's scissoring, and I'm pretty sure during the course of the beginning and during the chorus, and now they're probably singing the "Oh Scissor Me Daddy" song, and that will make them happy. Oh, I'm recording now. Oops, my bad. Wasn't paying attention there. Next up, it will be Trios Championship match. Death Triangle, Pac, Penta, El Zero, Mando, Ray Phoenix versus the return of the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson. Again, just let's have the crowd pop here. Happy to see the Elite 50-50 match. All the high flying stuff. Everybody gets their shit in. I would probably have that triangle keep their belts for now. Have Pac hit a Buck with a steel rod, of course, at the dismay of the Lucha Brothers. But they'll win. They'll enter the ring. The Elite will pose. Uh, Maybe get a welcome back or whatever, or I don't know. I don't think it'll be too interesting. I don't think it'll be too much surprise. They'll get a pretty good pop here, and um, wonder if there'll be a CM Punk chant. Hopefully not. Could care less. But yeah, that's pretty much how we'll book that one. And of course, it all comes down to this: your main event for the AEW World Title. I need to shut my phone off. Uh, Anyway, Jon Moxley, the champion, defending against MJF. Here's like I said, this is the big time, the big time fight feel. I would have cameras panning the locker rooms, having some of the talent looking at the monitors of this match. Some of the talent sitting or standing up on a ramp, watching on. Okay, I did mention this was a fight, a big fight. Polished off a little counter wrestling, filling out, but then let's have Jon Moxley say, "Fuck this," and just they start throwing hands from there. Uh, MJF, of course, work on their arm, run it to the ring post, turnbuckle, stomp on it, stretch it, arm bars, even apply the saw the earth. But Moxley, he's crazy. He's not going to give up. Of course, Moxley will then attempt. The finish will happen where Moxley attempts a butterfly DDT. He can't totally lock it on, but MJF puts him in inside cradle, a good 2 or 3 quarter count. Then John Moxley would get up and hit the double arm DDT. And I'm just going to pull a trigger on this one. As they're both laying down, I'll have them kind of close to the apron, whatever, the ropes. And of course, William Regal go check on Moxley. Just have one hand, hey, touch his hand. Hey, you good? You good? Then go over to MJF and grab another hand, and make it look like he's kind of handing MJF something, but you can't really tell what it is. Then John Moxley finally get up, and MJF is getting up, looking at his right hand and looking at Regal. Then ref will turn his focus, or the ref turns focus on the Regal, and that's when Moxley approached MJF. MJF just right hand from hell nails John Moxley. You'll see these coins. Yes, I'm still in this finish from another match. If you know what the other match is from, I forgot what, I think around 88, 89. We should be friends. Anyway, you see these coins. You'll see the Blackpool members, Wheeler and Claudio and Brian Danielson, like, what the heck? And basically MJF would cover Moxley, get the 1, 2, 3. The Blackpool crew would come in and shocked in disbelief, and they'll help John Moxley out. MJF in the ring celebrating with Regal there. There's so many ways you could end this match. The crowd's going to cheer no matter what, and I think MJF is good enough heel, and of course with Regal there, I think they will wind up getting the fans back to hating them. And even because I have Ethan Page going over in the tournament, he's a heel too. I think they'll figure out some way to kind of get him at least cheer for their one-off match. But yeah, that's basically how it would end it in that match with MJF walking out with Regal as the world champion. They built this thing up, and you got to pull the trigger now, I think. And that's how I would basically finish up with Full Gear. Camera in the ring, they're posing, fans reacting however they're going to react. Hey, they might. I would love to see them, go full Hulk Hogan turn and start throwing trash in the ring and stuff like that, and really boo Regal and MJF at this point. But I got a feeling that they're not. The AEW crowd's a little different. Hopefully, I would want to establish like heels and baby faces. That's what makes it a little more interesting. And when you don't have that, to me, it just feels like a high production costs, very expensive indie show where you just throw names together and that's what you have. But like I said, this is how I would do it. Hey guys, if you kind of like how I did this here, and would like for me to do more like this, where like I said, this fanboy nonsense, please leave a comment. Hey, leave a comment what you think, what you would do. And I see I have 20 subscribers now, and thank you every one of you. Would like to have more. So please leave a like and a share. I want to become a professional YouTuber, meaning right now I'm an amateur YouTuber and just not getting paid, but I like to get paid, so I'll be a professional YouTuber. Okay, I will want to think realistically, at least enough to buy myself lunch one day. But anyway, I thank you all so far who's subscribing and watching my videos. And like I said, I'm just here to have fun. Hope you guys are having fun. And like I said, if you want me to do more stuff like this, like I said, fanboy nonsense, just leave a comment. Let me know. Like I said, comment. I'll comment back. We'll, bullshit about this and see what you think. And um, hopefully, this is a little bit different than the, kind of the boring um, prediction show, whatnot. Um, Something a little different. The same thing, anything to have fun. And hopefully you're having fun. But that's going to be it for me. So you folks have a pretty good rest of the weekend. I'll be tuning in tonight, see what actually happens. Uh, looks like a decent card. This is actually my first AEW pay-per-view I've ever watched. Um, so hopefully it's good. Hopefully I'm not, wasting my money. Uh, but anyway, you folks have a good one and take it easy.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife Natural.